seit 3 Tagen in Usbekistan.
Thermos, very good.
These are beautiful relics.
I love Uzbekistan.
In Uzbekistan sind ganz
In this place, near Mount Vakhshwar, which is part of the Purvakar mountain range Hisar, is the tomb of the Sufi Allayar, a prominent representative of the Naqshbandiya Mujaddiya order, a well-known representative of the Turkic Sufi literature, mystic poet, writer, great theologian, scientist and statesman. Sufi Allayar was born in 1644 in the village of Minglar in the Katakorgan district of Samarkand region. When he grew up, he was educated at the Jaibar Sheikh School in Bukhara and learned Arabic and Persian. Shortly after being appointed head of the customs court by the Bukhara Khan Abdulaziz Khan, the poet Dervish and poet resigned and became a student of the Sufi Navruz and became a religious Sufi. Shortly thereafter, he rose to the rank of Sheikh, reached the saints and became a preacher of the Tariqah of Naqshbandiya Mujaddidiya, founded by the Indian scholar Ahmed Sirhindi, glorified as Iman Rabbani. The word Sufi in the name of Sufi Allayar, may the mercy of Allah be upon him, is a reference to Sufism. That's a Sufi means a person who is a manifestation of Sufism, a person who is committed to Sufism. The name Allayar means may Allah always be his companion and helper, or rather, let him be a companion, a seer of Allah. This name was very suitable for this person, because he was really considered a companion of Allah. One of his seers, he was the greatest representative of Sufism. When asked what the word Mujaddidiya means, what does it have to do with the Sufi Allayar and where it came from, we'll answer that Imam Rabbani is Mujaddid, and after this person added to the word Mujaddidiya to the Tariqah. Those who followed this path and continue to this day are Sufi admirers Allayar. He had thousands of students and admirers. Even when he left his native village of Minglar and traveled around towns and villages preaching the Tariqah, his admirers didn't leave him. Hundreds of admirers came to Vakhshwar with him. Sufi Allayar created a number of rare works in Uzbek and Persian. According to sources, the Sufi poet wrote such works as The Path of the God-Fearing, Goals of the Enlightened Ones, Firmness of the Weak, Treasury of the Believers, and others. The most famous works are the book Maslakul Muttaqin, Maslakul Muttaqin is a law book, which also contains some beliefs. In general, it is based on a clarification of issues of jurisprudence. Burhanuddin Marginani, may Allah have mercy on him, quoted the fatwas given in the work Hidayah, in the Persian in the form of Nazm, that's a verse. The book consists of 12,000 bytes. In these verses, Sufi Allayar explains the issues of jurisprudence in Persian, in some places openly declares which of them is the first in the controversial topics. Maghzan al-Muti'in is a work written in Arabic. It means treasure of the obedient and is dedicated to the science of fiqh. There are those who took the terms from different fatwas and generalized them into a single form and completed a work on fiqh, and there are copies of the work printed. Another book by the Sufi, may Allah have mercy on him, Murad al-Garifin. This is a book about Sufism, and in this book he explained the truth of Sufism and its rules. These books are works written in Persian. But among the Uzbek Muslims, his works Sabatul Ajizin, a book of poems and odes, are the most famous. The book Sabatul Ajizin is written in Turkish. It is considered one of the most unique works of its time. The most popular book, the Sufi Allayar, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, says in his book Sabatul Ajizin that he wrote works in Persian explaining the issues of fiqh and jurisprudence. They say that he wrote these works in a Turkic language, asking permission from Allah. His books have reached his admirers in Pakistan, India, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Tatarstan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, China, Hungary, and Russia. Bites of Sufi Allayar, may the mercy of Allah be upon him. These are his works related to issues of faith. They are in demand even today. Let's remember some of his verses about the Aqidah. Ruler of the earth, whose mind doesn't change. No mind is equal to it. Angels and prophets didn't comprehend him. They obeyed but didn't comprehend. But you think about the power of the Almighty, about his miraculous deeds, his creation. And they wanted to say that you shouldn't hasten to think about the nature of Allah, doesn't converge to draw conclusions about it, because the human mind is incapable of this, because after all the angels and prophets didn't come to any conclusion about the nature of Allah in this matter. They didn't even try. How can you achieve this? Instead, think about the power of Allah. They say, think of His beautiful creations, His power, His skill, His marvelous creations after the creation of this world. It's good for you. Hazrat Sufi Allayar, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, once said, those who do not know faith are from the devil, if applied for 1,000 years, then wind. Why should we study Aqidah? Because it's absolutely necessary. The reason is that a person who doesn't know faith, a person who's lost in faith, these people are of the devil. This is the team of the devil. They say that if you practice it for 1,000 years, then it will fly away. At the heart of the creativity of the Sufi Allayar calls for Islamic enlightenment, for the knowledge of science, and not for ignorance, for a thorough mastery of the Sharia to the Tariqah. Not to make mistakes in faith, to learn high moral rules. His calls serve as a practice for today's youth, admirers of the Tariqah, propagandists of Islamic education. It can be said that the Sufi Allayar had a sign that he was a seer of Allah. Many people have noticed that there is a special grace in visiting this person. In the works he left, One can see the merits of this person before impartial Allah, the blessing of those who renounced the world and sacrificed their lives for the sake of Allah. And this can be seen during a visit to the grave of this man. In that place, according to local residents, it wasn't allowed to build a mausoleum of the grave of this man. Attempts to build a mausoleum were made back in the days of the Emirate of Bukhara, and yet there were some obstacles. Therefore, the tomb of this man remained untouched, and the building similar to a shrine was built next to it. It won't be wrong to say that Sufi Allayar, may Allah have mercy on him, was in the grace of Allah even after his death. Visits to the sanctuary of Sufi Allayar doesn't stop all year round. You can meet not only Uzbeks, but also pilgrims from Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and even Turkey. The incessant recitation of the Quran, which instills divine grace in glorious silence, encourages some pilgrims who are in love with the works of the Sufi Allayar to pay tribute to the memory of this Sufi scholar. Others are amazed at the legends about his glorious qualities. I came to the most beautiful country, Uzbekistan, and there are many beautiful and historical places here. They amaze with their antiquity. Uzbekistan conquered me with its historical beauty. Standing here, you are immersed in the depths of history. Uzbekistan conquered me with its historical beauty. The national dishes of this place are also very tasty. I recommend that you come to this country. Come and be a guest. During the years of our independence, many pilgrims come and visit here. Pilgrims recite prayers from the Quran for our great-grandfather Sufi Allayar. We came from Danau. Our goal is to show our children and grandchildren that such a great ancestor lived in history. Our children feel proud when they visit the grave of their great-grandfather. They want to come to this place again. Although several centuries have passed since the death of this great man, lovers of Sufism and Tariqah, friends of Allah, lovers of saints, continue to be amazed at the traces of Tariqah on the bottom of the mountains, created by the hands of the most skillful artist, the Creator, who gave him a piece of his peace, comfort, and glory.